Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 115. I just accidentally pressed a button on my monitor, and now I don't know which button is going to get me out of this. Let's see. This one, exit. Okay, cool, we're good. I wonder what this day will bring. I guess we were still mining as of last episode to get through here. And achieve a disappointment, I assume, was the end goal here. Ah, well. I said in the last episode, I've been going through a lot of weird mood shifts, and where it's so strange that I can go from one mood to another so quickly, and not always with an obvious answer as to why. But currently, I'm at a high. I'm kind of at a peak of feeling very determined, feeling very much uh, like I can keep pushing forward, and and I have things to move towards, even if I might not know exactly what they even are. And so that is certainly a much better feeling than otherwise the sort of either despair or nothingness that I might otherwise be feeling most of the time as of late. Uh, and as for, I want to talk about the reasoning for that. The one thing is you can never truly know if there's a good reason for my change in mood or anyone's change in mood, or if it's just a chemical thing and then we assign meaning to it afterwards. Sometimes it feels that way, that I'm just assigning meaning to randomness where there might not actually be any meaning. However, in this case, it feels like there is a better sort of feeling that there might be meaning behind this. And the reason I'm always trying to search for meaning is so that in the future, when I feel shitty, I'll be able to know what do I do to get myself out of this. So for me, it's not enough to just be like, oh, I guess I feel fine now, and just it's whatever. I want to know how to in the future. I want to be able to get here again when I'm lost. I want to be able to find my way back here. It's not perfect. I don't think I'm experiencing the sort of like love for life that I think you want to have as well. Right now, I just feel a sort of rage, the sort of I want to fight forward, and I want to rage against the dying of the light. And it is in some ways lacking the sort of that sort of love that will allow you to consistently push forward. Maybe that's what I'm missing. But that is a much more difficult thing to find than at least I can sort of find this rage and this I don't know what to call it besides that, this fire. And I wanted to talk about that specifically. Again, it's Reddit is like the main place that input is coming in from the world, and obviously there's a problem there. When like the fact that YouTube and Reddit are the main places where like the outside world is being filtered into me is probably a very bad thing, but it is the way it is right now, and maybe I should be trying to alter that. But as it is, I saw a post on the subreddit Heavy Mind, I think, or maybe it was like Heavy Mind Art. I can't remember, even though I've subscribed to it, so I should know. Um, and one of the top posts the other night was, and today, let me say what today's date is. Today's date is January 21st. Um, the top post, or maybe like up there post on the subreddit, was a post of someone, a black figure standing against a white background as their back is burning away in flames, and it is captioned with, and the title of this is Burning Up Inside, and the caption is, and she smiled as the universe slowly consumed her mind. But she is not smiling in the picture. And that is followed up in the comments. If anything, it's possible that the comment chain was in some ways what made this so interesting to me. Maybe I'm just going to cut out this part of me reading comments because people can just go do that on their own. It's kind of weird to just reread a Reddit comment chain. So maybe I'll have just cut that part out. But it was reading these comments, and very specifically, the one that mattered to me that sort of gave me this perspective that I do is, she's not smiling though, no, but it's easier to pretend she is. That kind of like, if there was any chance of me seeing this as like some sort of positive message about acceptance, that went out the window at, it's easier to pretend that she's smiling than it is to actually smile at this. And the fact that OP's name is, what is it? Not an optimist at all. So that makes me think that this feels like someone who doesn't want to accept this, like I don't, and yet they're trying to, out of a feeling that that's all that they can do. And that's how I feel about acceptance sometimes. And I know there's got to be something to it that I'm missing about acceptance that I have to, I don't know. But regardless of that, after sort of seeing this, I was able to sort of reaffirm my own feelings of like determination. At least that's, it felt like I was able to rekindle a fire, and I love using fire, like in, as this image did, this piece of art did. Um, Using fire as metaphor, it can mean so many things. It can mean destruction, but it can also mean like empowerment, and life. And like in Avatar: The Last Airbender, it meant all those things. Like they, I wish they could have even talked more about fire. It feels like, but maybe then it would have gone on too long. But in Avatar: The Last Airbender, there's the four elements, and the four elements are all, can be used destructively, and fire is the most obviously destructive one that the quote unquote the bad guys use in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Of course, they are like concretely the bad guys in Avatar: The Last Airbender. However, they're also, fire itself was not necessarily bad, elementally speaking. And it took the characters to realize this to be able to move forward and defeat the evil of the Fire Nation, to understand that fire not only is a destructive force, but a force of life and determination. And and the fact that when Zuko, the main like sort of bad guy for the beginning of the series, when he sort of loses his hatred for the Avatar and wants to join the Avatar, he finds himself in a position where he no longer has use of his firebending, or at least it is pathetic in comparison to what it used to be. And he realizes that he was running all of his power on hate, but then when he lost his hatred, when he gave it up, he found himself without the use of his power. And so then the episode going along with that was him and the Avatar teaming up to go and try and find Zuko's fire. And I I felt like the episode was a bit short, and it's also so like doesn't it does it. I get what they're trying to do, and I think it's beautiful. But at the same time, the way they had it happen was some dragons shoot some colored flames at them, and they're all like, "Oh, I get it now. Fire is beautiful." And but like I don't know, it it feels a little hollow to me in what it like in I think that if they had more time, they could have gone into it a bit more in depth, about the nature of fire symbolically as determination above just hatred. Um, and and in comparison to me, I feel like I I don't have, sometimes when I'm feeling shitty, I don't have either. And just the fact that I can, if I can at least talk about what I don't want, what I if I can reaffirm that I want to I want to at least rage against the dying of the light, that might not be the best way forward, but at least it gives me something to rekindle my desire to live in like in a similar sense of it reminds me of an Attack on Titan. And I'll try not to keep this without too much spoilers, but and there'll be names and such, but I don't think it will reveal much. The owl when the owl talks to Grisha, and Grisha is feeling like he has nothing. He is just on his knees in despair and can't move forward. And as the owl says, you can't stand, you can't speak, you can't do anything. And then Grisha replies with, "It's pointless to make me recall my hatred." But the owl says something along the lines, well, no, Grisha says, "The only thing I have left are my sins." And then the owl, attempting to get Grisha to stand and take up his duty again, he says, "That's more than enough," in dealing with Grisha's sins. And he's able to rekindle a fire of determination in Grisha to stand and take on his duty and move forward, using his sins and what he has done as that is a good enough way to stand. And but it's obviously not the best way. And the owl even sort of continues with, he eventually says, you need to find someone and love someone, or else this hell will only continue. So it's not lost, this idea that love is necessary as well. But in the absence of any feeling and only anguish, you can at least begin to stand by grasping on to what you do not want to be, what you want to move forward from. I wanted to also read some speeches from Attack on Titan, some more of this stuff that I feel like is relevant. I think, again, these speeches don't necessarily, they reveal themes, but they don't reveal like obvious spoilers. So if you're not caught up, I assume you're like, with the manga, you'll still be able to like read it without this ruining it for you. We start with a character who is talking to Eren. I'm powerless, so it's all going to end without me doing a thing. And then for the rest of the speech, it's Eren talking. I've been thinking every day since coming here. How did things turn out this way? Ruined minds and bodies, people with no freedom left, people who have even lost themselves. What kind of person would want to go to war if they knew where they were going to end up like this? And for the record, I think war can be, you can use the term war to also mean just any kind of struggle here, any kind of struggle like just living day-to-day life. You could replace war with that. What kind of person would want to go to war if they knew they were going to end up like this? But there was something there all along, pushing us right into hell. For most of us, that something is not our own free will. We're forced to by others, or by our environment. That's why the people who push themselves into hell see a different hell from the rest of us. They also see something beyond that hell. Maybe it's hope. Maybe it's yet another hell. I don't know which it is. The only people who do know are the ones who keep moving forward. So in that, I'm feeling like recently a lot like Eren in that moment. I don't know what I'm pushing forwards towards, but I know I'm doing it by my own choice. And even if it's painful, even if it's hellish, and I have to come to grips with all of the bullshit that I've done, I want to move forward to see, is there something to see? And I feel determined. I feel like I've been teetering between this viewpoint of determination, and then sort of Eren's simultaneous foil, and also his mirror in Reiner, in that Reiner is someone who is falling apart, and in the depths of falling apart just wants to die and have it end, and to just have other people take over, and feels trapped and by the weight of everything he's done and the weight of everything in the world, the horror of the world. He says he's just had enough of this, had enough of myself, just kill me. And I feel like I've been like a wave, at the peak of the wave, I'm feeling like Aaron, and then I fall back down to feeling like Reiner, and then back to Aaron. And it's like a sine wave. It's going back and forth, back and forth. And I don't know necessarily. I don't know by what method I'm shifting, and if there is a way, something that I can find when I'm lost, to be able to make sure that I stay resolute. I don't know, but I'm trying to find whatever that may be. I'm trying to find my fire. Talk to the face. Talk. Hello, face. How are you? I am well, thank you. How are you? Let's see. We already got this answer. What lies beyond the cave? I'll grant you my wisdom. Beyond this cave there is light. Light is beautiful and dangerous. Light is without understanding. Don't trust the childish eyes of the young. They will fear you. Only trust the old and blind, who are not afraid of that which emerges from darkness. And I guess we already got this one, so now we can get to the next questions. Alright, what were these? I need golden coins, I need 100 coal, and I need 7 disappointments. I only have 3. Alright. Again, we have our goals. These are goals that I wish to have completed before I end the longing, to find out what this extra content is, to be able to find out what the how to get to the gold coins and such. I want to move forward. And before we end this, I want to make our way back down to our room so that we will be able to read a book. Let us see, down here. I will pay this place a visit. There was one other part from Attack on Titan that I wanted to read out. It's a scene of Reiner versus Eren, and it is Reiner's inner monologue as he is fighting Eren. Eren, enough already. You've lost. Everyone's suffered enough. You've suffered enough. And then Eren's just screaming. Why struggle like this? What are you still fighting for? What's the point? More of Eren screaming and fighting. Eren, I just want this to be over. How'd I ever think we were anything alike? Enough already. Just sleep. And then Eren just, like, there's this incredible just panel of just Eren just, like, ah! As Eren's just screaming and he takes up half a page. I love it. It's I get so much meaning out of Attack on Titan, and maybe it's just because if you look at any piece of media long enough, you can get a lot out of it, like anything. But I don't know, Attack on Titan feels extremely special to me. Well, I think, let's see, do I got anything else written here? I feel like I probably skipped a lot of stuff that I wanted to say about fire, the nature of fire, and fire is such a good one. I really wanted to have this episode be one where I could also have it thematically supported by lighting a fire in my room downstairs. But I need to be collecting coal that is disappearing before my eyes, and I need to use that for the purpose of the face, and I don't want to just waste it on a fire right now. And I also didn't want to talk about anything else as I'm coming down to my room. I wanted to talk about this right now, because this is what I talked about today was meaningful to me momentarily, and I didn't want to lose that fire for now. Jump on down. But maybe in the next episode I'll read some more of Moby Dick. That's something I've been actually really wanting to do. I've been really wanting to see, does it continue to be good? Because maybe I only liked it because my expectations were so low to start with. But yeah. And now I'm so close to home that I don't want to end an episode until I make it all the way home. Uh, Even though I probably should have, like 2 or 3 minutes ago. You get this this sort of fire as something like you think a lot about it in Dark Souls. That's something that uses fire as a means of metaphorical storytelling over and over again, meaning having multiple meanings throughout. Uh, and I don't know. I just really like it. I like fire whenever it's used. It's one of in fire in real life. It's one of those things that human beings, myself especially, there's a fire in front of us. We just want to watch and just watch the flickering of the flames. See when is the next log gonna fall. Uh, it's uh, it's beautiful. Hmm. Now, this whole time I've had the music off, and I only noticed it now because I was like, oh, it's supposed to be really loud in this room, but it's not. Well, I don't know exactly how I'm going to use this fire. I'm going to try and use it for something good. This determination, and try not to dwell too much on the fact that I am still somewhat directionless. Um, in some ways, directionlessness is freedom. They are two sides of the same coin. Uh, and so I will try and simultaneously be grateful, but also be longing for direction at the same time. I think that's good for now, and I am going to talk to you guys in the next episode. See you guys later.